Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Asian Vision Dialogue. I'm Srinu, the host of the program today. The topic for today's discussion is related to the outcomes of the ASEAN Foreign Minister Meetings retreat which has been concluded recently in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And we are honored to have Dr. Chieng Vanrat, the president of the Asian Vision Institute, as our guest of honor in today's program. Greeting Dr. Chieng Vanrat. Dr. Vanrat, on the 16-17 February 2022, Cambodia officially hosted the ASEAN Foreign Minister Retreat, or we call AMM Retreat, in a hybrid format in Phnom Penh. And this is the first major meeting under Cambodia chairmanship of ASEAN in 2022. So I would like to pose some questions regarding the outcomes of the meeting.
Thank you, Srinu, for having me here today. This is the kind of a high expected meeting because it is the first major meeting during the Cambodia chairmanship of ASEAN this year, and it had been postponed once, supposed to take place in early this year in January. Anyway, the retreat can be regarded as a successful meeting because the ASEAN foreign minister have reached a consensus on several important issues from a post-COVID social economic recovery plan to kind of expanding and deepening ASEAN community building and dialogue partnership, and also discussed certain regional issues such as the Myanmar political crisis and the South China Sea. So these are some of the kind of agreed kind of points that ASEAN Foreign Minister could reach at the AMM Retreat.
Thank you, Dr. Vanrat. To be more comprehensible regarding the general principle of ASEAN, could you elaborate on a little bit how is the AMM Retreat different from other ASEAN meetings? Because as we have known that in each and every year ASEAN holds several meetings. So what is the difference between AMM Retreat and other ASEAN meetings, and what are the issues that generally discussed in AMM Retreat?
The AMM Retreat is unique, special in a way because it is the first meeting, and normally it takes place in January of every year, and that the rotating chair need to organize this meeting in order to discuss and agree on the agenda of the whole year meetings, to discuss certain issues of common concerns. It's mainly to reach consensus on different issues, and also more importantly to build this kind of personal rapport, personal relationship among ASEAN foreign ministers, because there are some new ASEAN foreign ministers and some are old, some are new, so they need to get to know each other. Unfortunately, this year we could only do hybrid because some foreign minister could not attend personally, and one foreign minister have COVID-19, so he could not, even though he already arrived at Phnom Penh, but he could not attend. So he need to attend physically, so he need to attend virtually. So that is the kind of critical time for personal friendship, to build trust and friendship and so on, in addition to the substance and the contents of discussions.
Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, we believe that there would be some challenges with regard to the in-person attendance of the ASEAN Foreign Minister to the meeting. But one thing that we are more interested is that was there any representative from Myanmar to the meeting?
I think most of attention, media attention, concentrates on the representation issue of Myanmar. Even though Cambodia tried to facilitate, try to encourage Myanmar military regime to implement the 5-point consensus as a precondition to invite political representation from Myanmar to ASEAN meetings, but unfortunately no significant progress have been made with regards to the 5-point consensus. So that is something unfortunate. So Cambodia have to decide to invite non-political representation from Myanmar because ASEAN unity is more important than anything else. So as a chair of ASEAN, we need to maintain and even strengthen ASEAN unity and centrality on the Myanmar issue. So hopefully the special envoy of ASEAN could make a visit to Myanmar sometime in the near future to make have visits and meet different stakeholders and to provide humanitarian assistance, facilitate humanitarian assistance to Myanmar, so that we have basis to convince other ASEAN member states and even some dialogue partners to have a political representation, at least at the foreign minister level, that the foreign minister could attend various ASEAN related meetings in the future. So it depends really depends on the progress of implementation of the 5-point consensus.
Thank you, Dr. Vanrat. So as the meeting has already concluded, and we would like to know what were the issues that sparked the heated discussion, what issue that ASEAN member states had similar stance, and what issue that were seem could not find the common grounds.
Well, I think the Myanmar issue has drawn significant attention. I think a lot of foreign ministers have expressed their views, even concerns about the situation in Myanmar, and of course the media have focused mainly on the ASEAN response to Myanmar issues. So this is the key kind of the highlights agenda of the AMM Retreat, and we need to understand that Myanmar issue is very complex and it's gonna take much longer time and also strategic patience in order to address the Myanmar issues. So the message is clear from ASEAN Foreign Minister meeting recently is to facilitate the visit of the special envoy to Myanmar. So this is very important because it will be the first visit of special envoy. Last year under Brunei chairmanship, ASEAN special envoy could not make any visit. So if we can have a breakthrough in facilitating the visit of ASEAN special envoy, allowing the delegates of special envoy to meet different stakeholders, that would be important, and to coordinate and facilitate humanitarian assistance either within ASEAN framework or ASEAN in partnership with the United Nations and civil society organizations such as the Nippon Foundations, for instance, and of course the other civil society organization in Myanmar and at the regional international levels. So this is something that we could achieve. It's kind of low-hanging fruit when it comes to humanitarian assistance, because as we all know, many Burmese have suffered a lot from multiple crises, from political crisis to socio-economic crisis to the pandemic, public health crisis. So there's urgent need or emergency to help the Myanmar people. And of course the other regional issues, how to strengthen ASEAN coordinated response to the COVID-19, because now we started to reopen our regional economy, travel corridor and so on. but at different speed and different level, and the risks imposed by the COVID-19 also at different degrees. So how we can work together to ensure that our reopening strategy is safe and sound, and how we can do together to facilitate intra-regional kind of tourism or travel, which is very significant to regional economy, and of course regional supply chain and so on. And another key highlights that I would like to stress here is because this year is the 20th anniversary of the DOC, the Declaration of the Code of Conduct, Declaration on the Conduct in the South China Sea, and also 40th anniversary of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. So I think ASEAN Foreign Minister agreed to celebrate these two events this year, and of course the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, which started to be enforced early this year, last month in January. So those are the key kind of issue that they discussed and reached consensus on.
Thank you, Doctor. So, what would be the outcome document from the AMM Retreat? Were there any outcome documents or the key outcome from the meeting?
This is kind of a retreat, so it means that it's not a binding outcome, and it's more of a joint kind of a statement or a chairman's statement, and to highlight the consensus that we could reach, because this is a very critical time to have a frank and safe dialogue on any issues of common concern or even differences. So with regard to the differences, of course, we all know that there are slight differences among ASEAN member states with regards to the Myanmar issue when it comes to the approach, how to approach Myanmar issue. So there are some slight differences remaining or outstanding differences within ASEAN. But I think this we did have reduced the gap, bridged the gap, and have more consensus or common ground. And when it comes to, let's say, a regional dynamics of geopolitical rivalry or competition, it is clear that ASEAN need to stay united as a family, as a community. This is a survival question for the future ASEAN. If we don't cooperate, we don't stay united, no country in Southeast Asia will stay safe or benefit from this kind of divided ASEAN. So that is the ultimate kind of objective of ASEAN, is to strengthen this united front or centrality and unity within ASEAN family. So that is a clear message within the context of ambiguous, complex, multiplex regional order, evolving regional order. ASEAN play a central role to navigate through this kind of challenging time.
From your perspective, how the absence of the political representative from Myanmar affect the ASEAN meetings? And could you elaborate more on your perspective on the relationship between ASEAN and Myanmar from this actual meeting?
Of course, Cambodia as a chair of ASEAN wishes to see all 10 member states come together. That is the aspirations and expectation starting from the beginning of this year. But as I said earlier, that due to the lack of progress in implementing the 5-point consensus, so Cambodia have no other choice but to invite non-political representation. And of course, it will affect our engagement with Myanmar, because we want Myanmar to be at the table, have discussion and exchange views, so that we can further promote mutual understanding, mutual trust. So with the absence of Myanmar, of course, there's some lack of direct, frank communication. So that is something that kind of unfortunate development within ASEAN. So ASEAN relation with Myanmar remains stable to large extent because I think Myanmar understands very well that ASEAN is the only international actor that can help Myanmar to restore peace, stability, normalcy, and democracy. So that is something I think the Tamil understand it very well, the importance of ASEAN. But there are some different understanding and different approach on how to deal with the issue. But I think Cambodia play a bridging role in this regard between ASEAN and Myanmar to find way to send the message across so that mutual understanding, mutual trust can be built. So I think the special envoy and the subsequent visits of the ASEAN chair to Myanmar will be critical in promoting mutual understanding and trust between ASEAN and Myanmar.
Thank you, Dr. Vanarat. So when we talk about, we have already talked almost everything about the agenda, the main outcomes of the meeting. So we can say that this retreat had demonstrated Cambodia's ability to convene the ASEAN meeting physically during the COVID-19 pandemic. Can we consider this retreat as a successful meeting for Cambodia's chairmanship?
Definitely it was a successful meeting. It's very difficult to organize. As I said, it was postponed once due to the differences of our Myanmar issue and COVID-19. And this is a breakthrough because it has been 2 years since the COVID-19 started in March 2020 that we only have almost every meeting virtually organized. So this is a breakthrough. Even though a few foreign ministers could not attend physically, but I think 80% of foreign ministers are here. So that really sent a clear signal that all the 10 member states of ASEAN really give priority to this ASEAN community building by attending this retreat. So I'm quite optimistic that I think from now until the end of the year, Cambodia chairmanship, more fruitful outcomes, fruitful results will be delivered. Because this is the third time that Cambodia chair ASEAN, and last year Cambodia chair ASEM, which is bigger, but of course it was organized virtually. But in terms of substance, in terms of content, it's quite significant toward multilateralism, for instance, to enhance multilateralism. So this is the important moment in the history of ASEAN and in the history of Cambodia to demonstrate the leadership capacity, organizational capacity to drive ASEAN forward, even though, of course, a lot of challenges ahead of us. But we need to work together to navigate through this challenging time.
One last question, Dr. Vanarat. So, if we look at the result of this AMM Retreat, what would be the future aspect for the upcoming meetings?
Several points have been reached in terms of consensus, especially on Myanmar. So that is a breakthrough. It's a united front on Myanmar. Second, on the South China Sea, I think they agree to facilitate, to speed up the negotiation on the code of conduct. Big if here, if Cambodia could facilitate the dialogue and reach consensus and conclusion on the COC, that would be milestones because it marked 20th anniversary of DOC, and Cambodia was the chair of ASEAN at that time 20 years ago that we could reach the DOC and also mark 10 years of the 6-point consensus that we reached back in 2012, 6-point consensus on the South China Sea. So if this year could reach kind of a significant progress on the code of conduct, on the South China Sea, that will be very important for Cambodian chairmanship and also for ASEAN. And of course, the ASEAN Global Dialogue that will take place later this year will be the second ASEAN Global Dialogue, because Cambodia is the one who initiated this ASEAN Global Dialogue by bringing international organizations to the ASEAN meeting, including the United Nations, World Bank, IMF, maybe this year also AIIB, Asian Development Bank, to this ASEAN Global Dialogue in order to work together to resolve the pandemic and to restore socio-economic development, and also to address climate change, climate crisis, and so on. So again, this is the contribution of Cambodia towards the multilateral system, toward building global governance in order to address global issues, because we all know global governance, multilateralism have been in decline over the past 5-6 years due to the rise of populist politics, nationalism, protectionism, and so on. So as a small country and small and open economy, Cambodia is a survival for Cambodia to maintain and strengthen this open and inclusive multilateral system based on international law. And as a chair of ASEAN, I think last year as a chair of ASEAN, Cambodia have been trying hard to push this agenda, multilateralism. And so that is the characteristic or the feature, the key feature of Cambodian foreign policy is to promote this multilateralism. And this is something that kind of the achievement of Cambodia, a lot of expectation that we promote these values and the relevance of ASEAN within the regional and global context. And we also show up the regional and global response to international issues. And in addition to all these concerns, when it comes to identity issue, ASEAN identity, which is under the social cultural pillar, I think Cambodia also have several initiatives to promote ASEAN identity, especially to promote education exchange, scholarship, youth program, cultural cooperation exchange, and also women entrepreneurship and women empowerment and women peace and security, which all are important towards the community building, because we need to build a people-oriented, people-centered ASEAN. What does it mean? This concept of people-oriented and people-centered ASEAN is to bring the people to the center. The key beneficiary of this regional integration and community building are the people, ASEAN people. So at the end of the day, whatever we do is to give the benefits to the people.
Thank you, Dr. Vanrat. Ladies and gentlemen, our Asian Vision Dialogue has now come to an end. We would like to thank Dr. Vanrat for your kind contribution and participation to our program. Thank you all again for being with us, and see you in the next episode.